Hi guys, it's Monday. What are you doing? How's your Monday going? Was it good? Was it bad? I don't know. You gotta tell me. So, peace and long life and all that jazz. Um, all the conspiracy theorists are now like, Captain Foley confirmed. Holy shit, it's Fleet Paw. He's in right away. Attaboy. How's it going? I hope you're doing good, Fleet Paw. Hold on one second. I just got to adjust the brightness real quick. There we go. There we go. We are back. The F is my cord. It is fine. Just to, Anyway, how is everybody? Hope you're well. Let's see what's going on. I just need to do that, and then do that, and then do that. And ta-da!
Learning how to draw? Don't just follow
No,
instructions.
shut your face hole. That's not what I wanted. Let's try that again. There. Fleet Paw throws in $2. Never fear, Fleet Paw is here. 'Tis good to hear that. Fred is here. Hello, Fred. How's it going? Eric Martin, geez, I'm awake for once. Stop the presses. Stop the presses? Who's that? Vicky Vale. Neil Hammersmith, I had a K-On of a weekend. Hail K-On. Eric asks how Fleet Paw is tonight. He's probably been better. He didn't have the best of days. I know that, so. Anyhow. So, what are we talking about today, folks? I don't know. We'll have to see what you guys are feeling up to and feeling like talking about. Yeah, I know. Fred says, doing good, can't complain. Well, then you're doing something wrong. If you can't complain, you're doing something wrong. You should always be able to complain. I'm very confused because there should be a cable around here for to plug in the phone, and there appears not to be. Not a big deal. Eric Martin, is anyone watching Masters of the Air? I'm not. I mean, I will, but I'm not yet. It's probably the best way to say that. But yeah, Fleet Paw spent most of the afternoon in the ED. Spent the most of the afternoon having ED with his mom. So, well, she was ill, without getting into too much. Yeah, I think you mean ER, because ED and your mom should never be in the same sentence. So there's that. Olivia, are you ready to go to jury duty tomorrow? Did you get the computer yet? Also, nice picture for the live stream. Jury duty is not until the 20th, so smarten up. And no, I have not got a new computer yet. Chill out. And thank you. Nice picture for the live stream. Yeah, that's me holding my tricorder. Those are my grubby little hands. Emergency department. Never heard it referred to as an ED before. ED is erectile dysfunction. So, yeah. Eggsy. Hey, Captain. Hope you and your family are doing well. We're doing fine. Thank you for asking. Was in the ER today. Heart attack. Ozzy was in the ER with a heart attack. Shit, Ozzy. Hope you're doing better. Sorry to hear that, man. Olivia, the live stream is so clear I can see the nose hairs in Cap's nose. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Much appreciated. There we go. Eric Martin, I'm going to try and fix that one tricorder. I have my electrical meter ready. Goody goody. I don't know what you'll be able to do. And don't mess it up because you'll owe me. And Ozzy says his heart's okay. Well, that's good. Good to hear. Glad you could be here. I'll try not to do anything scary or shocking. Right? 10 people here, though. 11 people here now. And 6 likes. Hit that like button, guys, if you're just joining. I would really appreciate that, as you guys know. If you want to super chat, feel free. I would also appreciate those, obviously. But again, no pressure. If you want to, cool. If not, it's cool too. We'll be fine. Yeah, I'm really confused as to where that cord went. And it's a bugging me, don't you know? Ah, well, 'tis fine, you see. Ozzy says, Olivia May, I want cookies. Olivia, is it bad? The only book I can read the title of in the background is Egypt. No. Yes, maybe. That's that one right there, yeah? Yeah. Nah, I can see why you can't read anymore. That's fine. Eric Martin, I was in the hot tub, so I'm feeling very relaxed, but I'm still awake. Oh, hot tub is the quickest way to get to sleep. That'll make you all warm and cozy and make you want to go to sleep. Matt Boardman, some people's kids, eh? Everybody, Matt Boardman's here. Don't make any sudden movements. You should be fine. Eggsy says, where is the furthest you've traveled for a Star Trek convention? The UK. Went to Birmingham. Fleetpa, some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. Okay. Ozzy, hi Matt Boardman, Skeleton Hands brother. Mark Lawrence, stream is looking great. New ISP? No, it's the same one. That was just a bad night for some fucking reason. We had this discussion already. Don't know if it was solar storms or whatever it was, but nothing I could do about it. No, not a new ISP. Same ISP as I've had for a decade. But good to see you, Mark. Don, hello. How's it going? So what's everybody up to? How's your week going so far? It's only Monday, so it can't be that bad, can it? I had a really weird day, as Matt knows. I feel like a wasted day, but at the same time, I got some other stuff done, and yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this Wednesday where you guys get to see the first episode of Shelf by Shelf. So yeah, that'll be out on Wednesday. Hopefully you're looking forward to it. I can't wait to do more, and I want to get your take on the first episode. Now, I realized that when I was editing the footage, it was a little bit, the footage wasn't the best with the camera setup that I had for some reason, and I apologize for that. It's going to be much better for the other episodes or the other chapters of this series that I'm going to be doing. So if you're excited for the shelf by shelf, because everybody asks what's on the shelves behind me, and I'm going to go through it all, literally shelf by shelf, and talk about them in different episodes. So please tune in for those. Please watch them. Please hit that like button. Please share them around if you want. Whatever you need to do, I would really appreciate it. And I can't wait for you guys to see the first episode. It's almost ready to go. That's what I'll say. Eric Martin, it was subspace interference that night. Yes, it absolutely was. It was an awful, awful experience. Ozzy, hi Donnie. How about them Chiefs Super Bowls champions? Yes. SC Scout guy, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. Okay. Very good for you. I'm so happy that you're excited. I see what you're trying to do, guys. All right. Well, so anyway, as I was saying, who's excited for the Shelf by Shelf series? Anyone? Anyone? No one? I don't know. Geraldine says, just watch Ship 28 restock at SpaceX. Slow. FleetPod says, subspace interference, Romulan scum intercepting the transmissions. Same difference. Sure, yeah. It's one of those things, for sure. I'd like to see the Shelf series. Thank you, Eggsy. At least somebody acknowledges what I'm saying and not have, not ignoring me completely, which is great. Looking forward to seeing what you got. Well, it'll be an ongoing series, so you're going to have to keep tuning back in. So, Geraldine says, I'm excited for Shelf Fun. Ozzy, is your bar glass? The Shelf by Shelf series might extend beyond the library once the library is done. Go into the ready room, maybe go downstairs to the collection, maybe go to the bar. I don't know. Seth Card, can't wait for the vampire skull behind you. Well, that'll be a while still, but yes. SC Skokai, I was saying I am excited for the Shelf series. Oh, you're so excited for this Shelf series that you just can't hide it, eh? I see, I see. Cool. Eggsy says Trek books, especially references, are a little served part of Trek fandom. And I got a lot of them, so I get to share them with you guys. And keep in mind, a lot of the books that I'll be showing off, just do a quick little talk about, what it's about or whatever and move on. But a lot of them I've done full episodes on. So if there's an episode for the item, it's going to be in the description of each video. So the first one has like 7 links in the description if you guys want to check out more detailed review or look at the item in question. They're going to be there in the description, so bear that in mind. Inquiring minds need to know. Oh, sure, yes. Olivia, I am using you as background sound while I am working on doing a photo draw of the AI ship I shared on the mod admin chat. Nice. I love being background noise. I see second shelf to the right and straight on till morning. Fleetpaw, hashtag shelf life. What'll be the shelf life of the series? I don't know. That's funny. Surak of Vulcan, how's the Admiral? Oh, she is fine. She's so fine. Yep. I love the Admiral. That's all I can say. She's good. Thank you for asking. I'll let her know you're thinking of her. Dogs, I tell you. Geraldine says I don't hear puggles. Well, they're here. I'll even prove it. Boop, 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 boop. Loda. So the pugs are there. Don't worry. There we go. Matt Boardman says, "Oh my." Geraldine says, "Sweetness." Stern Von Alk says, "Howdy." Olivia Julius, "Loaves of bread." Yes. Dog, pig, loaf of bread. Matt Boardman, "Ah, that's sweet that they all sleep by each other like that." Yes, yes it is. Oh, Matt, while you're here, I don't think you're going anywhere necessarily, but while you're here, don't forget, I need something from you before Wednesday. Just reminding you, because I kind of forgot for most of today until I started talking about the Shelf by Shelf series. So might as well mention it while it's on my mind. I didn't think you had forgotten. I just didn't want to forget myself. So I just wanted to put that out there. Don't be mad at me. It's one of those things, if I don't say it when I'm thinking about it, I'm going to forget. And then I'll kick myself later when it's like, I didn't say anything and I should have, because then the person on the other end would be like, you should have reminded me. I didn't have anything happening. I would have done it. And I'd be like, I was going to, but I was on live and I didn't get a chance. And then it would just be a clusterfuck. So anyway. Matt says, I was snuggling with a very stinky pug last night and watching the game. Yes. Would that be June? June, the sweet little black pug. I love her so much. I have not forgotten. Flip's table. Wow. Chill out, man. Stern Von Alk. Pleased to see the USS Foley on screen. Sorry the commander couldn't wait for your green screen so you could actually be in it. Well, just be patient. There's going to be a point where I will be at some point in those, I would assume. Fleet Paw. My corgis do the same thing, but they also like to nip at ankles if you're not paying attention to them. Little ankle biters. Matt's flipping tables. I'm throwing drinks. We're having a good old-fashioned knockdown drag out bar fight here. Hell yeah. Well, let's not get rowdy. Let's not get rowdy, everybody. Chill out. Relax. Don't get your panties in a twist. Ozzy says USS Foley was, and video was awesome too. You're not wrong. But yeah, there are more Foley, the Adventures of Captain Foley coming at some point. Don't worry about that. You'll see me on screen eventually. Anyhow, yeah. So, I'm glad you guys enjoyed, my voiceover at least. But it was fun to do still, regardless. But yeah, I'd like to see myself on screen at some point. And you will, don't worry. If you really care about such things. So, let Sam know you want to see Captain Foley. Eric Martin, I've tried to super chat 3 times and I've restarted the phone. I just can't keep the phase inducers online. Weird problem. Olivia, is that a new profile pic? Yes. Matt Boardman, the USS Foley was the best it's looked so far. Thanks to Matt Boardman. It's good. Fleetpaw, I tripped over a corgi and threw my mason jar full of water, so that's why I'm throwing drinks. Okay, gotcha. Ozzy says, Constitution class, no the Foley. Olivia throws in $2. Test super chat. It's working. And Mark Lawrence throws in $5 for Eric. So thank you very much, Mark Lawrence, for that. Eric's trying to super chat. I'll believe you. I'll believe you. Everyone else can. You can't for some reason. That's odd. SC Scout Guy. I tried to get my 13-year-old daughter to watch Space Above and Beyond with me, and he keeps saying, this is so old and looks terrible. Kids don't want to watch anything not HD these days, it would seem. Yeah, kids are just dicks. Kids are assholes. Don't worry about it. But that does bring me around to Space Above and Beyond. I've watched episode 5 or 6 now. I'm only watching like one per night, so I don't like binge them all. But they're not that good. The first 2 episodes were great. This is like cool. And then the next 3 are kind of like, okay, this is like an episode of Stargate. This is like an episode of every other goddamn science fiction show ever created. Are you ever going to get in your fighters and actually, I don't know, fight the aliens? That'd be awesome. You lied to me in the pilot episode. You lied to me what the show is going to be about. I'm not happy about it. So it'll probably get better. I'm going to keep watching. But I'm just letting you know, I'm disappointed at this point. I feel a little lied to by the pilot. Not the pilots piloting the spaceships, but like the pilot episode. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, Mark Lawrence, it might be an update that needs to be done. Eric Martin, oh, thanks, Mark. So cool. Girlfriend must be maxing out my Visa card or something. Matt Boardman, I feel like it gets better as the season goes on. Well, it can't get worse. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not as good as I expected, and it's not exactly what I expected from, like I said, the first 2 episodes. So I'm just kind of like, I hope it gets better. Mark Lawrence, been there in my early 30s. Fleetpod, $5. It's another Enterprise. No, you fucking dunce. It's the Foley. It's got 3 nacelles. Are you blind or just incompetent? Stupid Packlid. Matt Boardman, my favorite episodes don't happen until like episode 15. Well, that's promising at least. Some of the episodes are definitely hit or miss. Yeah, a lot of misses going on. Just saying. It feels like every generic sci-fi show ever created. And I suppose that's fine. But yeah, it's fine. Most shows have episodes that are hit and miss, but I don't know. I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling about it. Fleepa, sure, Eric. I'm sure the girlfriend is maxing them out. I didn't realize latex and hot air could do that. Ooh. Not only just inflatable, okay, but like hot air. He's insulting you like it's a double burn. Eric, what did you do to Fleetpaw? You two should get along. You're eventually going to meet one day, and then, the shit's going to go down. Fists are going to be thrown. You guys need to be nice to each other. Firefly is still the best sci-fi. Firefly is good. SC Scout Guy. Yeah, it isn't a show strictly about space combat. Most of it is ground-based. The episode Ray Butts won a lot of awards. Well, okay, so it's just fucking Starship Troopers then. With that pilot, I thought, okay, these guys are literally pilots. We're going to see a lot of, a Top Gun in space type of vibe. Not so much. So, I don't know. Matt Boardman, shots fired. Yeah. Fred, just finished watching all of Lower Decks. It was good, and I like it better than Prodigy. Hmm. I don't know what to say to that. I'm glad you like Lower Decks. Better than Prodigy. Have you watched all 20 episodes of Prodigy? Hmm. That's what I'll say to that. Because when we ranked our best new tracks, Prodigy was number one, Lower Decks was number two. So, yeah. Mark Lawrence could be a huge live stream event at STLV. What could? Fleet Paw versus Eric? What I just walk into? You never know when you're coming in here, all I'm drab. There's always something going on. Eric Martin, Fleet Paw is sitting on me. Message retracted. Good job, Eric. Thank you for retracting the message. Eggsy says, Captain, Monday was Bobby Clark's birthday, the in-suit actor who played the original Gorn in Star Trek. What are your thoughts about the Gorn in Strange New Worlds? I mean, you clearly haven't been watching our Strange New Worlds reviews when the show was on. The new Gorn suck. They suck ass. Large. Turned them into xenomorphs. That being said, in season 2, we saw an adult Gorn in a Gorn spacesuit. That was pretty cool. Pretty epic. They're doing such a good job keeping the aesthetics of everything else kind of feeling like they should, that it just seems like an odd departure for them to present the Gorn in such a fashion. So I'm not the happiest about the Gorn in Strange New Worlds, but it could also be a lot worse. Fleet Paw says I'm in a mood. Fleet Paw, but it's gotta be Foley shitting on you for it to count for bingo. Olivia, Fleet Paw and Eric are fighting. Eric, all you have to do is threaten, pick on him relentlessly. Hey, you know what? If Fleet Paw and Eric want to go to STLV with us, we'll see if we can arrange some kind of live stream event. The two of them battling it out. And Eric's asking Fleet Paw, what did I ever do to you? I know, right? Eric, what is happening? Fleet Paw's just a meanie pants. Don, honestly, I love the non-Strange New Worlds Gorn more, not just the one in the original series, but especially the ones in Enterprise and Lower Decks. I'm happy for those who love Strange New Worlds Gorn, though. Yep. Fleetpaw shared the Gorn first reaction for Eggsy. If you want to check that out after the live stream, just open that in a new tab. We do talk about the Gorn quite a bit in our Strange New Worlds coverage. So, Eric Martin, most people have to meet me in person before really starting to dislike me. That's very true. I speak from experience. Olam Drab, I hate what they did to the Gorn. I'm like, what do you think the disintegration setting on a phaser is for? Fleet Paw, nothing, Eric Martin. It's all good. I'm sure when we actually meet, we'll get along swimmingly. Olivia, what color is the normal chiller grills on the nacelles of Federation ships? It depends. Like, if you're looking at refit era ships, they're kind of like a UV color, like a purple. And then, of course, later they become blue. So, talking about the Gorn, there's another video link for anybody who's interested. And SC Scout Guy, those who like the Strange New Worlds Gorns are probably fans of corn. And then Fleet Paw shares the Xenomorph Gorn. Yes, that was from season 1. Just you made the Gorn into Xenomorphs. Like, why are you doing that? Gorn design breakdown. Look, Fleet Paw sharing all the Gorn, all the Trekyards videos we've done on the Gorn. So, Eggsy, if you want more detailed idea of what we think, go check those out, please. I'd appreciate it. 19 people here, 16 likes. Let's get those likes up, guys. Hit that like button if you're just joining me, or if you haven't hit it yet, I would appreciate a thumbs up from you guys. Eggsy, glad you said thank you, FleetPod. So I'm glad you're appreciating that FleetPod is doing his job and sending the links. FleetPod, I didn't expect all the links, but that was great. Extra Gorn Killer. Olam Drab. Admittedly, Stranger Worlds Gorn could be why the Starfleet made the disintegrate setting. Sure. Libby Julius. Eric Martin, if you want to borrow my FleetPod cookbook, just let me know. Eric Martin says, I'll hit the like. At least that works tonight. Thank you, Eric. And he says, that's great, Captain. Yeah. Thank you. Let me know if you go check them out because, yeah, we've talked about them extensively. And, yeah, we're not the happiest about it. It's like, what are you doing, guys? Well, we want the Gorn to look like that. We don't want this. Then don't fucking use them. Use another race. Anyhow, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Cool mint. Tastes very good. Anyway. Livy Julius. I've been watching old Trekyards episodes today, starting with the Foley and Webb ships. Wow. And how are those? How are those holding up? How's my delivery? Is it good? Am I a superstar? Have I gone downhill since then? No, I haven't. FleetPod could have used the Conzinti for fuck's sakes, or the Interstellar Concordium. Don't get me wrong, I love that they're using the Gorn. I just wish they wouldn't have redesigned them. And Eric Martin puts in $2. First attempt. Well, that one worked, Eric. Good job. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Olivia, you're like a fine wine. Will I get better with age? Thanks, Olivia. All your early stuff was garbage. Now it's just not as bad garbage. Appreciate that. Trekyards shouldn't be reporting on garbage. They should be reported on as garbage. Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're saying. I feel personally attacked. Stranger danger. Anyway. Okay, I want to give you guys a heads up. So, like I said, Wednesday is the first episode of Shelf by Shelf. I'm doing the top shelf of this bookcase. What's on the very top? Some cool stuff. But I'm also doing some miscellaneous stuff. All the stuff I've bought recently that doesn't have a home yet that's on the floor. So I'm going to give you a little warning. The first episode's a little bit longer than I anticipated, but it's still really good, I hope. I think. I personally enjoyed it. Well, making it and editing it. So, and then the picture quality will be better for the second chapter, which will probably not be next week, but maybe the week after. I've got a few ideas for what I want to do next week for a video, but I'll have to see how that plays out. FleetPod says, some say Trek love, it's like a fine wine, keeps getting better as the days go by. Olam Drab, I wouldn't mind the Gorn being shocking if they weren't ripping off aliens about it. Eggsy, I think the First Federation, the galactic goofballs, are unbearable except for the dinky pilot vessel. Oh, the golf balls, not goofballs. Ugh. Yes. Well, as long as they're like Tranya. You know. I don't know. The First Federation had a lot of potential, and they've shown up here and there in novels and stuff, and they're quite imposing. Because yeah, that ship is a massive ship until the little tiny one breaks away from it. And yeah, I would love to have learned more about the First Federation for sure. So, like officially, like I said, they are in some books and things like that. But Olivia, I'm just trying to prepare for when you and Sam do another versus. That may. That way I don't keep giving you all the same items over and over. Yeah. Please stop with the Phoenix class. Or the US, or the Phoenix. But yeah, we might be doing one of those this week. I'm not exactly sure yet. Like I said, I'm kind of in limbo land with my PC, so I'm not quite sure what the lives are going to look like this week. So just bear that in mind. We'll do what we can, but yeah, we didn't do Trek versus last week, so maybe this is the week. I don't know. Eggsy, Drab, I think the Gorn should be more Godzilla than Xenomorph. I don't think they should be Godzilla at all. But I see what you're saying. And I think the adult Gorn we got at the end of season 2 was very more on par with how a good Gorn redesign should look. But still. Eric Martin throws in $20. That's amazing. Catching up for sleeping through a lot of lives lately. Well, thank you, Eric. That's very appreciated. Do you expect me to go do a shot? Because I can go get some peach vodka. I still got some left. If you want me to, just let me know. $20. That's shot material. Olam Drab. The First Federation seems nice, but mostly bluff militarily. Fleetpaw, Lower Decks did the Gorn just fine. Strange New Worlds should have done that. Just update the costume a little so it doesn't look like a dude in a rubber suit. Hashtag Gorn wedding. Yep. And the Gorn that's selling kebabs or corn dogs on the promenade of the one station. So Matt Boardman, it's definitely a weird limbo land we've been in with no new Trek shows or Star Wars shows. Yeah. But I enjoyed season 4 for All Mankind and the first season of Monarch. I still haven't watched Monarch. Fuck, I need to watch Monarch. But yeah, All Mankind, fucking great. For All Mankind is just fantastic. Good stuff. And Matt Berman says, and I'm enjoying Masters of the Air. There you go. Eric Martin. Eric Martin was asking earlier if anybody's been watching that. Matt has been. I'm going to watch it because I love that kind of thing. But I kind of want to wait till it's all finished so I can just kind of binge it all so I don't get hung up waiting week on week. Olam Drab. With Gorn, they could have gone a lot of other ways than contagious gut busters, making me be like set for Disruptor B. Eric Martin, I think we are in a new show lull from those strikes. Not a lot on. Yes. Bandit. Bandit says, thoughts on another Knight Rider reboot? If you can do it right, go for it. Do it right. Don't make Team Ghost Rider. Don't make Team Knight Rider. Don't make the fucking car a Mustang, and you'll have a hit on your hand. Yeah, I mean, I think they remade Magnum PI, and I was very skeptical about that because I'm a huge Magnum PI fan, but I absolutely loved the new Magnum PI. The actor, the show, the feel of it felt very Magnum PI. So if they can do that with Knight Rider, I'm 100% down with that. 100% down. I don't think it should be a remake or a reboot. I think it should be a continuation. Like you should have an older Michael Knight, kind of in Devon's position almost, and still have the original kit around, possibly even on Michael's desk. That'd be kind of neat. Do something like that. I'd be totally down with that. But yes, I think Knight Rider could be due for something new. Fleetpaw, I should use the downtime to catch up on the shows I need to watch. Yeah, you probably should. Eric Martin, Matt, I've heard people complain the MOA CGI looks better flat. Looks flat, and I disagree. The Masters of the Air CGI. Well, he's the person to talk to about that, Eric, because he's a CG guy. He's a effects artist. So, Eggsy, Discovery will be on in April. Yes, yes, it will. Bandit, what car for Kit? The new 2025 Dodge Charger. GM and Ford are just hideous now. No, not a Dodge Charger. That's a good question. Which car? I don't know. As long as it's not a Mustang, I'm happy. I'm going to look up the 2025 Dodge Charger. I haven't seen them yet, so I'm going to take a look at that right now. And see. Everything we know. Okay, well, I mean, there's a lot of pictures of it still under the tarp, as it were. But there's also this one. And you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I love that they got rid of those stupid door things. Thank Christ. It looks so much better now. If that's the final one, or if this is just speculation, because a lot of them you get. Oh no! Wait a minute. That's actually an awful picture. The back's okay. This doesn't work for me. That just does not look like a sports car or a Charger. The back's okay. There you go. Is that it? What the hell? I'm getting conflicting reports now. That's got the door scoop things. It looks all right there, but that's kind of dope. I love that they got this concept. This could be the 2025 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat, but it won't be. It's concept art. It is. Oh, okay. The more I look at this, the more I hate it. Plus, I'm seeing a lot of different versions of it. Like, I don't know what's real and what's not. Yeah, I'm gonna stop looking at that now because that's just kind of annoying me. All right, let's see what's happening here. Matt Boardman, I think the problem people have is that they're so used to seeing CGI things in space where there's a lot of room for shadows. Bandit says they will be revealed March 5th, so nobody knows what they look like yet. Gotcha. Fleet Paw, if they did a Knight Rider reboot, what car would you have Kit be? A Tesla, Mazda, 2007 Nissan Maxima with a different colored door on the driver's side and busted taillight and yellow headlights? I don't know. A Tesla might be all right, or some kind of electric. I don't know. I don't have an idea for what car they could use, but as long as it's not a Mustang, we're happy. Matt Boardman, what they're not paying attention to is that these are flying fortresses, flying sorties in the middle of the day, so it's going to be lit very different. Eric Martin, yes, and they are olive drab and pretty well worn planes. black Charger is the actual concept car from 2022. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the new Charger looks like. I don't think anybody really officially knows. So I guess that's the thing, but yep. Yep. Anyhow. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty tired all of a sudden. It just sort of hit me like a ton of bricks. Mark Lawrence, if electric, it could have a special prototype, ridiculously high-powered, dense battery. Yes. Bandit, look up Charger Daytona Banshee. Eric Martin Cybertruck kit. Sure. Charger Daytona Banshee. Yeah, that's the one I showed. That's this one. And it's just kind of like blah, 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 blah. Mistakes were made. If I had to drive a new car, it'd be the BRZ or GR84. Eric Martin says, grab a shot. I paid for it. I'll have to go get it. Hold on. Kit leveled up and became a 2025 Chrysler Pacifica plug-in hybrid minivan. Mark Lawrence. That would be more for Back to the Future movie series. GR88 even. Or 86 even, yeah. Bandit says, well, I like it. Good. I'm glad you do. Eggsy, Captain, if you binge shows a lot, watch Trek series. Which Trek series do you recommend? Any of them. Any Trek show is worth binging. I will say that. Hold on, I'll just be right back. I gotta grab a drink. Because Eric's making me. Ontario Peach Vodka. It's very good. It's very good, I must say. Ugh, Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, I think all the Trek shows are worth binging. I don't know. That's a very good question. There's no real answer, though. What are you in? What are you in the mood for? I think I'm in the mood for Trek, but like, I don't know. Anyway, Eric, thank you. Help knock me out. Go to sleep. Fleet Paw. That Charger is absolutely fucking hideous. It looks like nothing like a sports car. Looks like a soccer mom-mobile with sliding suicide doors and too tall roofline. Wow, Fleet Paw's salty tonight. Libby Julius, $2. This just in, Kit is now a 2-seater smart car. Matt Boardman, I've recently started watching through DS9 again, and this time I'm not allowing myself to skip episodes I normally would because they're not my favorite. Good man. I don't understand people that do that, and I'm sorry, Matt. I love you. I respect the hell out of you. But Sam says this too. I just skipped that part of the episode, or I just skipped that episode. It's like, then it's not a real viewing experience. Even those bad episodes, there are good little character moments in them. You know what I mean? Like there's fun little things, or even procedural stuff about the ship operations that you miss out on when you skip things. I don't understand the mentality, but I'm glad you're doing that and not skipping them now. So, yes. Matt Boardman, which I know that Stuart doesn't skip episodes, so I'm following his example. I said all that before I read that. Yes. I might not pace as super close attention to some episodes, but I still watch them. And I always pick up little things here and there that make me appreciate them more on rewatches. So I don't know. I just don't understand that. I'm skipping a complete episode or one particular story arc in an episode, which Sam does for some reason. I don't like this interaction between these characters. I'm going to skip those parts of the episode. What are you doing? I don't get it. I don't get it. Olam Drab, it's not supposed to be a sports car. It's supposed to be a muscle car. But any idiot can buy 400 or 700 horsepower these days. Fleet Paw, haha, that's the most likely answer, Olivia. Eric Martin, some early DS9 episodes are weak, but it really picks up. Yes. Early episodes in almost every season of Star Trek are kind of hit and miss. But, yeah, it is what it is. Matt Boardman, well, the ones that I skip, I know well enough to know that there are not most characters. Okay, fine. That's fair. Even the Storyteller, Stuart, that one is terrible. The Storyteller. Which episode is the Storyteller? Bandit, attention deficit disorder. I have that. Fred, I have watched every episode of every series and I have never skipped a part of an episode. I like Fred. Don, speaking of NASCAR, 6 days more till the Daytona 500 on Fox in the States. Yeah. I just don't understand the mindset to do that. I don't know. People work hard on those episodes, even if they are shite. And I don't think you can talk about how shitty they are unless you actually watch them. And I know you might know the episode very well, but honestly, the older I get, the more appreciation I have for different things. So I love going back and watching stuff that I maybe didn't enjoy. Funny thing is, I just went back and watched The Black Hole, like, last week. And don't get me wrong, I've always enjoyed The Black Hole from when I was a kid. I had the record with the story. And I've watched it a few times over the years, and it's always like halfway through I just totally zone the fuck out. And it's not a well compiled or put together film by any stretch of the imagination. But I actually watched it this time, and it's like, it's not bad. I got a better appreciation for it now for certain things. And I don't know. It's like your tastes in food. The older you get, the more it changes. You appreciate things more, or the things you didn't like, you learn to either appreciate and like, or absolutely love. So I think you gotta push yourself and try to do that with the things that you didn't enjoy for whatever reason. But that's just me. I don't want to be preachy because I'm not preachy. I'll be done now. Goodbye. O'Brien and Bashir go to a Bajoran village. Oh, the Storyteller. Yeah. I enjoy that one. I enjoy aspects of that one. I like it. I like the idea of the mythological, the prophecy of the Storyteller coming, and like the for the storm coming in. I think that's cool. There's elements of that one that I like. So yes, I do watch that one. Matt Boardman, sometimes it's that there are times that the storyline is really uncomfortable for me or bums me out. Like the one where Worf mind wipes Kern because he knows his brother is miserable. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, morally, and was it right? I don't know. Was that fair? I don't know. Yeah. Terrence Childs, Compton Foley, have you started watching The Ark yet? If so, what do you think about it? I don't know who Compton Foley is, but I personally have not started watching The Ark, no. Matt Boardman, but that said, I am finding now that going through them and not skipping things, I am appreciating them more, and I am surprised at my resistance to watching them before. The storyteller has some great Jake and Nog stuff in there. Yes, that's the other thing. Those kind of episodes have usually a good B and or C plot, which I don't want to miss because it's great character development, So, Fleetpaw storyteller O'Brien and Bashir go to the Bajoran village where O'Brien becomes his spiritual leader. Cisco has to mediate the dispute between two Bajoran villages, and the leader being a 15-year-old girl. Fred, the first time I watched DS9, I didn't like it, but on the second time I watched it, I really enjoyed it. I like the dark and gritty feel of it. I hated Deep Space Nine for a long time, mainly because I didn't see every episode, and when I did see episodes, it were usually the same shit episodes, and I was like, this show's not that great. So I didn't watch it all. I would say, 12, 13 years ago, I would have said, yeah, I haven't watched all DS9. I don't really like it. I don't think I'll watch it. Biggest mistake in my life. Sylvia is a huge fan of Deep Space Nine, and she's like, we need to watch it all. I'm like, hell, I'm down. It's Star Trek, 100%. You enjoy it, I'm more than happy to watch it with you. Watched the whole thing with her. Much greater appreciation for it. Actually got into the good episodes. And it's now my favorite Star Trek for multiple reasons. Right up there with TOS and stuff like that. Like, it's hard to pick a favorite in Star Trek because they're all really good for different reasons, but I really like Deep Space Nine. The character development, the storytelling, it's so well done and so interwoven, and it is great storytelling. And I understand when people say they don't like it, but at the same time it frustrates me because I used to be like that. I haven't watched all DS9. I don't like DS9. It's too dark. It's too it's like, I used to be there, man. I just wish you could sit down with somebody that appreciates it, watch it, and actually get an appreciation for it, because it makes you feel like you're growing as a person when you do something like that. So I feel bad for those people, or people that I don't want to watch Prodigy because it's animated. Oh, yeah. I don't want to watch Lower Decks. I don't like that kind of humor. Oh, yeah. It's like, well, fine, whatever. You're missing out on some great stuff, but you do you. Maybe you'll figure it out later in life and go, why didn't I do this sooner? Because, anyway, you'll have regrets. That's what I'm saying. I'm drab. That's not supposed to be comfortable. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry we lost Nod's actor. He turned out to be true blue Starfleet. Yeah. Fleetpod, DS9 was not my favorite at first. The Dominion War part was great, and I'd watched the action episodes. I got older and watched the whole thing and loved it. Yeah. Yep. Fred says, good for you, Cap. Good for me for what? Now I'm lost. What was I talking about that made you say that? Watching Deep Space Nine and getting an appreciation for it? Is that what you mean? Yeah, I mean, I love all Star Trek now. I'll watch anything that's Star Trek. And you get those YouTubers that hate the new Star Trek, or they hate the new Star Wars, and they're like, You got those fans that'll just watch anything that has that slapped on there, and that's what the companies are counting on, for those people to just spend their money and watch this shit just because it's got Star Trek or Star Wars on it. It's like, no, there's we've said this on Trekyards all along. There's elements to all Star Trek and all Star Wars that's good and bad. None of it's perfect. You have to go through and get an appreciation for stuff in each one. I enjoy a lot of things about Discovery. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. No Star Trek is perfect. Some come close, even if it's just specific episodes. Some come close to being perfect, but there's always one or two things which is kind of like, eh. So it's a balance. It's finding out how much good and how much bad there is in each. So, liking DS9. Yeah. Thank you, Fred. Well, I'm Drab. Prodigy does seem like a random kids show, but a little more patience pays off. Yeah, I can see how people would think that, but people would say the same thing about Beast Wars, Transformers Beast Wars, or Beast Wars Transformers. It's a kids show, and fuck yeah, at first glance it is. Even there's a channel that plays all Transformers all day. The other day, Sylvia was up having a shower, and I didn't want to throw on YouTube or anything, so I just threw it on this channel, see what was on, and it was Beast Machines, which Beast Machines is not as good as Beast Wars, but it is a good closeout to Beast Wars. And anyway, started watching it. And I used to be big into Beast Wars and Beast Machines back in the day, right? So started watching it. I'm like, this episode's not that great. And literally 5 minutes later, I'm like, I need to rewatch this entire series because this is freaking great. And it's not anywhere near as good as Beast Wars was, but it's still really good. But at first glance, I can understand. Like, for those first couple minutes watching it, I was like, I can understand why people don't like this. If somebody walked in the room right now and heard what was being said or saw the animation or whatever, I could see them just totally making up their mind instantly about it, that it's not a good show, it's not well written, not good characters, and nothing could be farther from the truth. So, I don't know. It's just, I get why people think a certain way, because sometimes I'm very obstinate when it comes to that kind of thing. But I just wish people would give stuff a chance. Or somebody that watches 10 minutes of a show, 10 minutes of a new show. I didn't like it. I couldn't get into it. Motherfucker, you have to give a new show about 3 or 4 episodes before you can really get a feel for if you're going to be into it. Sure, that might be rough sometimes, and you might never get into it. But I watched 10 minutes of it and turned it off. I couldn't watch it. Or people that say that about a new episode of a show. Like, I got 10 minutes into the musical episode of Strange New Worlds and turned it off. I couldn't watch it anymore. You're so stupid. I'll never watch that. You'll watch everything around it, but you won't watch one episode where you can just kind of have fun and just sit back and enjoy and not have to have a care in the world. I just don't understand. Here's to Aaron Eisenberg. Yes, indeed. I'll actually pour a drink for that, because I've met him. I'd met him multiple times. Very, very good guy. Very kind soul. And yeah, it's not fair. It's really not fair. So cheers to Aaron Eisenberg. Raise a glass. Here's 2 shots tonight, so. Fleepa, thinking of 2 or 3 certain unnamed YouTubers who say that shit about new Star Trek. Yeah. Hail Aaron. Matt Boardman says, I call it the Lost phenomenon. Yes. Lost. Since Lost had such a popular first season, now everyone expects every show to have an amazing show right out of the gate. We don't allow things to develop anymore. If it doesn't immediately blow our socks off, then we move on. Yep. And those kind of shows are kind of few and far between, if I'm honest. So, yeah. The Lost phenomenon. I like it. Anyhow, Lower Decks needed a second chance from me. I first checked it out on a bad migraine day. I found it shrill and grating. Went back later. Now much love. Oh, I'm so good to hear that. Yeah, a lot of things are influenced by your mood too. You need to check yourself. If you're like, why didn't I enjoy watching that? Oh yeah, I had the shittiest fucking day ever, and I spent half of the episode on my phone having a text conversation with somebody I didn't even want to be talking to. No wonder I was jaded against the episode. Maybe I should go back and actually pay attention to it. You need to have those self-checks in place where you can like analyze what happened and try to figure it out, right? J.G. Hertzler and Aaron Eisenberg, Part 1 and Part 2. Thank you, Fleetpaw. Matt Borbin, exactly. It's more likely that once a show has had at least a season or two to develop, the actors and writers get to know the characters better. Hence why from TNG on, season 3 was the magic number. Eggsy says, I liked Almost Human and Ghosts, but the British versions were so much better. Almost Human was great. I miss Almost Human. That was a good show. And Ghosts. I haven't seen that. But the British versions were so much better. So the British version of Almost Human? Interesting. I didn't know that. Olivia says, you're proof of this. Remember your first thoughts on the Cerritos. Now you really like the poor ship. Yeah, exactly. And okay, when the Cerritos first came out, I was like, what the fuck is this? What the hell is this design? And the more I looked at it, the more we talked about it, and the more we saw images of it while we were talking about it, I'm like, I'm kind of coming around on this ship design. It's pretty cool. And I find for myself, if I like something instantly, if I like a song or a show or anything instantly, that ends up fading after a time. If I'm not sure about something or not going to follow it, not going to watch or listen to it because I don't like trends or whatever, turns out that I start listening to it little bit by little bit, and I'm like, okay, listen to the whole thing, and then it becomes one of my favorite things. I used to hate Camaros. My dad had a '79 Camaro. I hated it growing up. I'm like, there's so much better cars out there. Then got my license and had to drive it, and I was like, ugh, fine. And I got such an appreciation for it that I bought one of my own, same year, '79. And there's been many things in my life like that, where at first I just wasn't interested. Sylvia, prime example. I had just got out of a long-term relationship. I was working at a call center. Sylvia was working there. She liked me. She was not shy about letting that be known. She did everything to whatever. I wasn't interested. I wasn't looking for a girlfriend. I wasn't looking for a long-time commitment. I wasn't looking for anything because I just come out of a relationship. So I liked her. She was fine, friendly. We had a lot in common. We talked about Star Trek, and we started hanging out a bit and watching shows, and I still had no romantic interest. She absolutely did, and she was coming on hardcore. I just couldn't see the signs because I'm an idiot, and guys get like that sometimes. And it got to the point where a lot of people were saying, you two make a great couple. And I'm like, we're just friends. I'm not interested. We're just friends. And like, well, you should, you could have fooled us. You look like a couple. And then one magical thing happened, and all of a sudden we're like, I won't get into the details or specifics about that. That might be a conversation that I have on a live with Sylvia, but it took me a long time. And I think that process, because the girls that I had been with before that, I'm like, ooh, I'm very attracted. I'm going to get right into that. they failed, those relationships. Sylvia, we became really good friends. We became friends first. And in my mind, that was the foundation of our relationship. She was hot to trot for the captain from day one. So whatever. But yeah, I wasn't in that mindset. So we became friends first. And now we have a relationship. And I'm the happiest I've ever been. It's a totally different way of doing it. Building on a friendship as opposed to... Anyway, where was I going with this? Why did I get into this discussion? Oh, yeah, things that I usually like right out of the gate or find super hot. Like, okay, we were talking about Knight Rider earlier. I used to really like Rebecca Holden, the redhead from Knight Rider who replaced Bonnie. Yeah, I thought Bonnie was not interested back when I was a younger lad. And then Rebecca Holden came in. She had the puffy, like, red, kind of wavy, curly hair and kind of 80s style. I thought she was so fine. So fine. But now I go back and I look at Rebecca Holden, who still looks fine, and beside Bonnie, who looks like the girl next door. And it's like, oh, Bonnie's so much more attractive. There's so many instances of that in my life that I've learned to temper myself. If I really like something, I don't dive right in, you know? I let it kind of grow on me. If there's something I dislike, I'll look into it and I'll take it little bit by little bit. And if it gets to the point where, yes, I legitimately don't like this thing, then I know for sure. But a lot of times those are the things that I end up liking the absolute most. So it's weird. I don't know if I'm the only person that experiences that, but I just kind of wanted to put that out there. So yes, Olivia, going back to Cerrito's comment, 100%. That's exactly how it plays out. While I'm drab, Star Trek normally takes a couple of seasons to find itself, yes. Matt Boardman, the Cerritos also benefited because they talked to Mike Okuda during season 1 and 2 to get some thoughts on how to improve the design and model. Eggsy says the California class is goofy but cool, feeling a lot like the Reliant. Fleetpaw, the Cerritos, the Protostar, the Titan A. I strongly disliked them at first, but they grew on me very quickly. Now you fuck with those ships, I airlock you. Yeah, the Protostar, I wasn't the biggest fan of when I first saw it. Now I absolutely love the Protostar. I love that design. I wouldn't say I love the Cerritos. It's just a cool looking design. It doesn't look as ugly as when I first saw it. I don't have that jaded mindset. Protostar, fucking absolutely love the Protostar. Titan A, I've known for years because it was the Shangri-La class, and I always liked it. Then when I saw what they did with it for Picard, I was like, meh, I don't like the new nacelles. I don't like that they just upscaled the same ship. The airlocks are way too big. You know, we've talked to Bill Cross about this. But it's one of those things. The more I see it, the more I'm like, ooh, I like the new nacelle design. I like the way they've kind of done that. It's one of those... It's not becoming my favorite by any stretch of the imagination. I still prefer the Shangri-La, like the TMP era one that Bill Krause did originally, as opposed to the Titan. But anyway. Well, I'm Drab. Captain, have you heard the Dead Mailman song, Bitchin' Camaro? Yes. Bitchin' Camaro. Bitchin' Camaro. Yes, I play it in the Camaro in the summer. I'll be driving around playing that and other Camaro songs as well. Yes, absolutely. Fleet Pod Swiftback. The addition of torpedo launchers really helped the Cerritos. Yeah. That update went a long way to make things look better for with the ship. Yes, that's true. Fleet Pod Swiftback says, remember when we tried to improve the Cerritos during the live? The Titan was revealed, Stuart? Not specifically, no. War God 6, I like the Parliament class more. I do too. The Parliament class is a nice design. I really like the Parliament class. Olam Drab, I find friends first is often good. I've had far fewer partnerships come from torrid romancers and just being comfortable with someone. Yep. Yep. There's, and each, my ex-wife and my ex-fiance after my ex-wife were both women I'm like, wow, I need to get her number. I need to meet her. And did and hit it off, and then it just ended badly. Whereas Sylvia, I was just like, not looking, not interested. And it's ending beautifully. It's great. Yeah, it's one of those things. Feetpot, I hate it when they come out looking too sovereign-y. Yes. Cal Swinderman, Enterprise G has become my favorite new Trek ship, but took time. It's a grower, not a shower. I'm a grower, not a shower. Not that anybody needs to know that. Too late. But yeah. Wow, that was some deep talk. Yep, me and Sylvia have an interesting relationship. Especially early on. I was so stupid. I was so oblivious to the signs that she was into me. I look back now and I'm like, how could I not see it? But guys are like that sometimes. They're just stupid. Cal Swinderman, another thing the captain and I share. True kings here. Eggsy, Captain, compliments on this great chat. So chill and engaging. I appreciate talking Trek and sci-fi. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's why I like doing these lives. I like to think of it as you guys getting a chance to sit down with me like we were sitting in a room together, just having a conversation, like friends hanging out, you know, sometimes over a drink. Sometimes I have beer, but you know, or alcohol. It's just, it's a fun get to know you guys. You get to know me. It's just hanging out with people that are like-minded, and it's a community. And we pride ourselves on our Trekyards community. We've got some good people like you guys that show up all the time, and that's what these lives are meant to do. They're meant to be like you hanging out with me because your family, your friends, they don't like Star Trek. They don't understand Star Trek. You have nobody to talk Star Trek with. Come chat with me. You know what I mean? Hopefully that's the vibe that you guys get as well. Olam Drab, I still think that didn't need to be an Enterprise. She earned her own name. I 100% agree with you. Matt Boardman, dude, Rachel had to finally text me, so are you ever going to ask me out? Right? Matt, have I told you the story of me and Sylvia and how that all came to be? Because it's quite an in-depth story, and it's quite funny to listen to, especially when Sylvia and I are both telling it. It's pretty funny. Remind me to tell you sometime, because yeah, dudes are stupid. Dudes have like blinders on, and if it's funny, because anybody that's outside of that relationship, like a third party, can see it. It's clear as fucking day. Everybody saw the interest that Sylvia had in me and my stupidity. And so many people were telling me, you guys make a great couple. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm like, no, I'm not. We're just friends. She's really great. She likes Star Trek, and you know, going on this whole list of things I love about her. But we're just friends. I'm not, you know. They're like, okay, sure. Fucking dumbass. When's he gonna figure it out? So yeah, it's one of those things. Fleet Pause Swiftback. I can't remember which episode. No. Still have that Cerritos improvement pick. Was that what that was? Was that okay? She still has that picture because she shares it quite often. I didn't know that was that live, but yes, I do remember that. Don, as much as I love the Galaxy class and Star Trek, I love the Sovereign class. If you haven't, I'd love to hear it from both of you. Well, next time we come down, which is probably going to be this fall, I think we're actually planning a trip down to Vegas and LA this upcoming October. because me and Sylvia, we really had a great time in LA last time, and hanging out with you was awesome. So I'm sure we're going to be back. And just remind me, we'll sit down with you and Rachel, go out for drinks or to dinner, and we'll tell the story about how we met and the early days of our and what clinched it. It's such a typical Captain Foley thing that kind of clinched the relationship. And yep. But anyway, most people don't give a shit about other people's relationships and how they met, honestly. But I'm glad you're interested because it's a good story. Cal Swinderman, love the relationship talk. Was that sarcasm? Fleetpaw, I'm oblivious as well. However, I don't have any cool stories about how oblivious I am, unless you're talking about me trying to find something right in front of my face. The other day, I was looking for my phone. It was in my hand. Like, where the fuck did I put my phone? It's dumb. Yep. Don, I've been saving money on an Enterprise G model, even though I love the interior of it more. Nice. Fuck me, my mouth is dry. I'm so thirsty lately. Yet it has been months since I began working on my blender model of what the G should have looked like in the final season of Star Trek Picard. Cal Swinderman, it was not sarcasm. I think it's sweet and gives us hopeless romantics hope. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I could tell you all the story. Maybe I will. Like I said, it'd be more fun if it's alive when Sylvia's with me, because she always. It's funny hearing it from my perspective and also her perspective. I think we have told the story on one or two of our lives that we've done together, but yeah, happiest I've ever been. I love that woman so much. She is so amazing. She's such a good person, and I don't know. Sorry. Kyle Swinderman. All right, Cap. If you had a DeLorean and could go back in time and change one thing for Trek, more seasons of TOS or Enterprise, better budget, and time on TV, what would it be? More seasons of TOS for sure, and get it in a good time slot, not like the Friday night at 10 o'clock slot. Get it in one that was, although that it could have ruined the show. It could have. Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's a very good question. Maybe I would have gone back and fixed Discovery. Said don't hire Brian. Well, then the show might not get made. It's one of those things. It's like Discovery could have been so good, and it was just not. That's a very interesting thought experiment. Fleetpaw, shit, my parents got together from a classified article in the Penny Saver. Mom had an ad out looking for companionship, and Dad's mom sent him that edition while he was deployed with her pics. Nice. He didn't like her pics, so he called Mom, and the rest is history, as they say. Wow. Olam Drab, if anyone wants some old resin models, namely a Steam Runner and Akira classes, ask me when I'm soberer. Ugh. I think Eric Martin has fallen asleep. I'm awake for alive, finally. Yay, I was in the hot tub. Yeah, he's probably fucking drooling on himself on the couch right now, because I haven't heard from him in a while. So I'm pretty sure Eric's asleep. So, Eric, wake up. Eric, this is Captain Foley. Oh, sorry, no. Eric, this is God. I have a message for you. Pull your hands out of your pants, wipe off the Cheeto dust, and I don't know. Fleet Paw Swiftback. I think I may have walked in on them having phone sex one night I was 4. Better phone sex than sex. Matt Boardman, does it ever make you wonder how different Trek would have been if it had gotten longer than 3 seasons? Yes, 100%. If it had gotten longer than 3 seasons and kind of got a big head on it, I don't know. I don't know how it would have changed, but I have a feeling that because it was canceled almost after 2 seasons, and then finally after 3 seasons, and then the syndication's what saved its ass. I don't know if it had gone like a run of a couple more seasons, if it wouldn't have just been as popular. People kind of would have got sick of it, or I don't know. It does absolutely make you wonder. Hey, Curtis Simpkins is here. How's it going, sir? Fleet Paw says, shitting on Eric for anyone playing bingo tonight. Check. Matt Boardman, God needs your starship, Eric. Eric, this is God. I am in need of a starship. Don't ask why, just because. Even God sometimes needs help, and starships are cool. Olam Drab, I don't know where Eric came into this. Well, he'd normally be commenting on everything, especially the me and Sylvia relationship stuff, and he's just absent when he was here earlier. I was going to have another drink, and he paid for a $20 super chat shot, so that's kind of what sparked my brain into thinking, where's Eric? I'm going to have another, at least half a shot. Yeah, half a shot is fine. I just feel like I need one. Cal Swinderman, pretty cool collection ad. I just put a deposit down on a 1350 NX01 from a master builder. Super pumped to get it. Of course, my choice, if I had a time machine, would be 7 seasons of Enterprise. Oof. Anyway, I'm having another half shot. So, if you're drinking along with me at home, half shot it is. Fleetpaw, Q wants Umox from you, Eric. Stroke his lobes. Curtis Simpkins, can you see Jack Lord playing captain if he took the role? And I'm doing great. Yeah, I was watching a mini documentary on Magnum PI, and they were talking about how Hawaii 5-0 just ended, and they wanted to reuse some of the sets. That's why Magnum PI took place in Hawaii. And Jack Lord, of course, was in Hawaii 5-0. And yeah, he was considered for the role of Captain Kirk. And I'm like, I told Sylvia that. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, that guy could have been Captain Kirk. And it's like, that would have been weird, man. Would have been weird. Come here. Yeah, go lay down. Seth Card, I came back in at better phone sex than sex. Should I backtrack or not? Never backtrack. Matt Boardman, or what if we got phase 2 instead of TMP? Oh, that would have really changed the landscape. What does God need with a starship? They're cool. He already said so. Fleetpaw, nah, Seth Card, no need. Paul Hitchcock says, I'm still sad we didn't get 7 seasons of Enterprise. The last 4 seasons of Enterprise with Kodo as showrunner, chef's kiss. Yes. Paul Hitchcock, Adam West would have been a good starship captain. Would he have, though? Olam Drab, Enterprise got canceled right when they were starting to get into the meat of things. Yep. Thanks to Les Moonves, the fucking asshole. You puppies, I don't know. Well, I'll be dipped. Yeah, it's fine. Curtis Simpkins, Captain, have you ever played Halo? And if so, do you like the game series? I've never actually played Halo, but I do like what I see, and I would love to play it. So I just got the game and never played it before. Same. I think it was an Xbox exclusive, and I was never really into Xbox. I had the 360 though, so I don't know why I never got it. But I got the 360 to play Star Trek Legacy. It's the only reason I got the 360. But I ended up loving the 360, and then I very firmly got planted as a PlayStation guy. So yeah, I would love to play the Halo series. Probably will at some point. I know that Microsoft is now, they're discontinuing Xbox, but they're putting all of their exclusives available for other systems like Nintendo and PlayStation. So I'll probably pick it up at some point and play it. Yeah. Michael Skyros, why do they always get non-Star Trek people to make Star Trek? It's like getting the trash man to be a chef. Sometimes works out. Nicholas Meyer wasn't a Star Trek guy, and he made Star Trek 2, co-wrote Star Trek 4, and did Star Trek 6. He sometimes being disconnected from something can actually be a benefit. But that's a very good question. Mike McMahon from Lower Decks, huge Star Trek fan. Aaron Waltke, one of the writers on Prodigy, huge Star Trek fan. So are the Hagerman brothers, the showrunners for Prodigy, huge Star Trek fans. It shows because those are the shows that resonate with people. The ones that are made by fans, because they give the fans what the fans are going to like. It's pretty fucking simple. But there's the odd man, like Nicholas Meyer, who were not Star Trek fans and still did a fantastic job with the franchise. So it takes a special kind of person. J.J. Abrams was not a Star Trek fan. Guess fucking what? We could tell. You know? Sometimes it's, you gotta, being divorced from something or not influenced by something can make it better when you get your hands on it. But that's a very rare occurrence. So Paul Hitchcock, Les Moonves canceled Enterprise and also a giant creep. Good riddance. Yep. Cal Swinderman, all-time favorite video game and all-time favorite Trek game, Cap. All-time favorite video game. I really like the God of War series, like the original God of War. There's been a lot of video games. Star Trek games, I really, really love Starfleet Command Volume 2, Empires at War. Me and my brother played Starfleet Battles all the time, which is the tabletop version of it. And when that game came out, we absolutely loved it. I just love that style of game. So yeah, Starfleet Command Volume 2, I would play it anytime. Yeah, I made a bad move and got Xbox One now. LOL. Yeah, JJ sucks, but he did good on Star Wars, I think. Yes and no, but yes, more than no. Paul Hitchcock. Fuller was a solid choice for new Trek, but he typically spends too much money on his shows and can be pretty intractable with this upper management. Matt Boardman, or you get Brian Fuller, who worked on it, but thought his vision of the show was better than what we had before. Yeah, I remember Doug Drexler said to me when we found out Brian Fuller was working on Discovery, it's going to be great. Brian Fuller knows his stuff. He loves Star Trek. It'll be a great show. And I was like, yes, I'm looking forward to it. And then we all know what the fuck happened, don't we? No cylindrical nacelles. I don't want the Klingons to look like Klingons. All the other stupid things I did. Anyway. Kyle Swinderman, the difference with Mayer was that he respected respectful to what came before, not trying to sound like that grumpy old man, but other non-fans haven't been. Well, exactly, yeah. Plus, he went back and watched all the episodes of TOS prior to, I don't know if it was prior to writing the script. I think it was. Um, I've got a nice interview from him, a talk he did at Wonderfest 2 years ago. I could listen to that man for hours. I love Nicholas Meyer. Much shorter than you'd expect, but a nice guy. And I could just listen to him for hours. So my Wonderfest video from like 2 years ago when he was there, there's a large segment of it that's just his talk. And it's very interesting to listen to him. They need to remaster the Star Trek games. Amen, brother. Amen. Cal Swinderman, do you play the new God of War games on PS5? I played the first and loved it. Still need to get to the second. You know, once Kratos went from Greek mythology to Norse mythology, I wasn't interested. I have tried playing Ragnarok. I did play the first one as well. Got not that far into it. It didn't work for me. I love my history. I love my mythology. There's a whole section back there that's Greek mythology, and of course I'm a little bit into the Nordic or the Norse mythology, just not as much. I really like the Greek mythology, so I really enjoyed the God of War games when they were those. I'm not a huge fan of the newer ones, but what do I know? Hey Cap, Steam has the whole Halo series for $10. Nice. Gorgonzola, hi Captain. First time I am in your personal stream by not being still awake at 4 a.m. but already awake at 5 a.m. Nice. Paul Hitchcock, side note, Fuller's insistence on the nacelles not being cylindrical is just weird. Just a weird flex. Yeah. A lot of his... I like Halloween, don't you know? So let's make the registry of the ship to be NCC 1031. Okay. He likes Halloween. Did you know that? Fuck. Anyway, Curtis says, I don't know if you're into Mass Effect games or are you into RPG? To me, they're great games. You might like it or not. I do. Mass Effect I would also like, yes. I've played a little bit of Mass Effect, but never really got into it. Matt Boardman, as we know, I lived the Fuller nightmare. Yes, we should have you on the show, Matt. You should join me for one of these late night lives. You can do split screen. You can talk about your experience working on Star Trek Discovery and the Fuller nightmare, as it were. That'd be interesting. Plus, we still need to do a script read for Top Gun. I think that'd be fucking hilarious. Yeah, Meyer watched everything. He did his homework and was more concerned with making a great story that fit into Trek than leaving his mark. I could go on for hours. Love Meyer too. Yeah. Nicholas Meyer, Wonderfest panel, partial. Ooh, Fleet Pause on top of things. My man, go watch that later. It's really good. It's really good listening to him. Michael Skyro says, please talk about it. Please talk about what? Cal Swinderman, Mass Effect is amazing. Well worth the play, but skip the first one. And Michael says, yes, yes, yes. Sounds like Michael's having a bit of an orgasm over there. What are we orgasming about? What do you want me to talk about? Please talk about it. Fleet Paw is awesome for bingo. Fleet Paw is fantastic. There you go. There's your square. Paul Hitchcock, can you talk about that and the difference between working with Fuller and then working with the new showrunner when Fuller left? Oh, Boardman and Trek. Yeah, Matt, you got to come join me for one of these late night lives. Curtis says, I hear the pug. Do you? Do you really? I think it's your imagination, Curtis. I have no pugs. There is no pug, only Zool. Gorgonzola, the registry fitted the third and fifth episode of Discovery very well, as the ship was kind of spooky, especially when the tardigrades shoot on the second chief. Yeah, I mean, some of those episodes are, yeah, where they go aboard the Glen, and the Klingon's like, shh, and then it's like, that was a scary episode. It was kind of fun. So yeah, yeah, had so much potential. Could have been so much better. But then 15 different showrunners all trying to do their own thing and change course mid-seasons. It's just like, what the fuck is this? It's just such a disaster. Kyle Swinnerman excited for Dune 2? Absolutely not. I don't like Dune. Dune's fucking boring. Sylvia's a big Dune fan, though. So when we went and saw Argyle on Saturday. Went and saw Argyle on Saturday, and one of the preview trailers was for Dune 2. It looks all right. It looks interesting. It looks better than the first movie for sure, or the first like original movie. You know, it looks better, more exciting. Yay! But I still don't care. I'm not a huge Dune fan. That being said, like I said, Sylvia is, so I will be seeing it with her, and I'll get an appreciation for it. Maybe with her, I don't know. We'll see. Paul Hitchcock, he is not. No. Dune is boring, I would agree. Curtis says, have you played RoboCop? I hear it is a great game. RoboCop Rogue City. No, I haven't got it yet. I want to pick it up. I just think it's too overpriced. And it did go on sale for like 30% off, and I almost scooped it. And I'm like, wait, I'm going to give it some time, because I guarantee you, before the end of the year, it's going to be one of the PlayStation Premium Games of the Month. It's going to be free. It looks really fantastic. I'm really looking forward to playing it. Actually, this past Friday night, me and Sylvia watched the new RoboCop from 2014. So it's not really new, but I like that movie. I don't care what anybody says. A lot of RoboCop fans get really fucking upset about that movie. I enjoyed it. I liked it. So did Sylvia. I'd seen it a few times before, but I really enjoy it. It's different than the first RoboCop, the original RoboCop movie, but it's not worse by any stretch of the imagination. It's just different, and I appreciate the differences in it. I think it's a reboot done well, but what do I know? How was Argyle? It was great, especially if you're. Well, it's directed by the guy that did Kingsman, and it definitely has that feel, especially the fight scenes. And the actors are just fantastic. Bryce Dallas Howard, oh my God. Yes, please. More Bryce, please. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Sam Rockwell's in it, Samuel L. Jackson, Henry Cavill, John Cena. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Kyle Swinderman, General Grievous, are they cotton or polyester? Kyle Swinderman, I tried to catch up on Disco starting with season 3 after I dipped at the end of season 2, and I could barely get through episode 1. Think I should keep going, Cap? Yes, absolutely. I tell anybody to watch it. I will rewatch it myself. I enjoy rewatching these things, even though they're not fantastic or they're not great or they piss me off sometimes. I still will rewatch them because a lot of stuff in there that I like. So yes, I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't watch it. 100% on the RoboCop game. It will be a PSN freebie, and I'm waiting for that as well. Yeah, I don't know if I want to buy it. Michael says the original Dune movie made no sense, but the book was good and the remake was much better. It is an acquired taste when it comes to sci-fi. Yeah, I understand that. Sylvia read the book. She understands everything 100%. And actually, there was a mini-series done a few years ago, which is like a 6-part mini-series, which I enjoyed the hell out of, much more so than the movie. It's much more well handled than the movie. You got more time to breathe. And Sylvia has that on DVD. We watched that together, and I enjoyed it a lot more than the movie. And this new movie, the remake that they did, part 1, I fell asleep through, and I haven't gone back to rewatch it, so can't be that good. Am I right? I don't know. Part 2 looks better for sure, so. Matt Boardman, unfortunately, they didn't keep us around very long after Brian departed the show. They brought in a new visual effects supervisor, and he took the visual effects to Pixamundo and let the in-house team go. Yeah. Cal Swinderman, Cap, you have a thing for redheads. Do you think? I just might have a thing for redheads, yes. Bryce Dallas Howard's uncle played what TOS character? Oh, that's we're just talking about the First Federation. Balak, Tranya. I hope you love it or relish it as much as I. Little bastard. Gorgonzola, but the registry numbers are as big as a mess than ever before after Picard season 3. Still makes more sense if the Excelsior 2 class would have been a new after 2385. Registry numbers have always kind of been all over the place. Look at the Defiant from TOS. What was it, 1071? Was the registry? It doesn't fit at all. I think registry numbers, there's special dispensation for certain numbers that even though there's an established vibe, there's odd ones out, and I think that's perfectly fine. So registry numbers don't really mean shit to me as far as sequentialness. It's fine. Curtis says fans are weird on lots of things, like the reboot Tomb Raider games. They don't like them, but for me, I love it. I love the classic. Another thing I like the people don't like. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the new Tomb Raider games, just because Lara's just not as sexy as she used to be. It's that simple. Is that misogynistic? I guess. But I don't know. Just my thoughts. Gorgonzola, like if they switched from one Albina class to Excelsior 2 after a few ships. Curtis Simpkins, I tried to watch Dune years ago and I have no clue on what the heck is going on. I know, right? That's where reading the book comes in handy. I have not read the book. Sylvia has. There's a copy of it over here somewhere. Anyway. Paul Hitchcock, gotcha. I'm sorry to hear that happened. It seems visual effects people don't get treated nearly as well as they should, especially given what appears to be the industry-wide need for visual effects shots. Defiant was 1764. Constellation was 1017. That's what I meant. 1017. Thank you. Curtis Simpkins, that's okay, Captain, on the Tomb Raider. I still enjoy the games. I just don't enjoy them as much. I'd rather have something nicer to look at when I'm playing, if you know what I mean. Cal Swinderman, Cap, you played the Uncharted games. For me, I'd say those might be my all-time favorite games. So many hours poured into them as a kid. I have the Uncharted series. I've only played through like the first 2. I haven't played through all of them. But yeah, I really enjoy those as well. Very good game dynamics and gameplay. Curtis, but I also love the classic one too on Tomb Raider. Yeah. I remember when Tomb Raider first came out and there was the mythical nude patch or nude cheat code where you can make Laura nude. I tried that so many times. I tried to find that and there was no internet back then necessarily. And so it was one of those things that existed and not, because you get like a Photoshop picture of like pixelated boobies and you're like, ooh, I'm a kid, I want to see boobies. I was one of those guys. I was looking for that cheat code to get yeah. Anyway, for your information, Horner Shipyards is getting close to putting out their Dudastad class. You just trapped out 1400 school. Ooh, that excites me. Curtis Simpkins, I am way behind on video games. Yeah, me too. Matt Boardman, sadly, that is true in a lot of cases. Not all, but a lot. I worked on Superman and Lois, and we were treated so great, but there are a lot of shows and features that it's tough. Curtis says, I don't think you can do that no more. What, what, the nude codes? The nude sheets? No, they exist. They exist for certain things. I share a lot on Facebook, actually. They're not nude codes, but like to change Laura Croft's outfit to be something super skimpy and sexy, and they increase her bust size and all that with like weird physics where she walks and they jiggle. I've shared some of those on Facebook. They're friggin' hilarious. So yeah, they can do a lot of things like that. So did you see the video about extra Tomy Enterprise models available at their outlet store for the original price of plus $30 for shipping? No. Maybe you should grab another one. They're absolutely fantastic. If you have the chance to get a Tomy Enterprise, do it. Trust me. Gorgonzola, I never played Tomb Raider. I watched half of the latest movie. I kind of like the unconventional bike carrier. Fleetpaw. I'm not a visual effects artist like Matt Boardman is, but I went to a different company that treats me so much better than my old company did. It's awesome. Yeah, that's exactly this position Sylvia's in right now. She's in such a much better place right now. So anyway, I'm going to call it there, guys. Like I said, I was getting tired a little bit earlier. Feeling a little bit better now, but I think I'm going to call it. And I want to say thank you to all you guys for coming in and hanging out with me and listening to me ramble and hanging out with each other and just being a good community as a whole. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are fantastic. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. It means the world to me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button before you leave. And don't forget to click the notification bell icon to all so you don't miss any content from me. And check out the new series coming out this Wednesday on this channel, Shelf by Shelf, where I go through and I look at all the stuff in the library here, literally shelf by shelf. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think about that. So thank you, everybody. Have yourselves a fantastic night, a fantastic week. I will be back multiple times this week to hang out with you guys because you guys are fantastic. So until next time, I'm Captain Foley signing off. See you guys later. Bye.